Welcome back to Twisted Metal. We are digging deeper into this ill-fated reboot.
Bottom of the pit and JCB equipment. Anyone? Like, why isn't there a big digger in this game? You would have thought it'd be obvious. Like construction equipment or something.
Yeah.
We got a tow truck. That's something.
Yeah, not quite the same, but guess it'll do.
Yeah, it's not Mr. Slam.
That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
I hated Mr. Slam, so no problem with that, but...
Likewise.
It's the principle.
We've got a pseudo Mr. Slam called Roadboat. That's pretty great. But it's Christmas time. Hooray. That actually is Twisted Metal tradition.
Yeah.
My second favorite Christmas-themed bad game, right after Dead Rising 4.
I didn't even know there was a Dead Rising 4.
Yeah. And I'm sorry for ruining that for you. It's not well received.
Wasn't the Dead Rising 4 Dead Rising 3, but just with a Christmas theme?
No.
Okay, I haven't played 4, so...
Dead Rising 3 was generally received quite well. Dead Rising 4... just... I'm sure people on the thread will tell you about it, is all I'm going to say.
This is a thread about bad games, so it seems inevitable.
Best not.
And the gimmick of this level makes it especially painful. So, yeah, it's Christmas time, and our level type is no gift. We are going to suffer terribly for this electric cage match.
Yeah, I hated this stage the first time through, just because...
This is where my first run ended. Didn't get past this part.
Yeah, it took me forever to get past it, and that was using Sweet Tooth, who's, as we said, is ridiculously overpowered.
Mm-hmm. It's a bit of a Battletoad situation.
It's like, it's trying... It's weird, because it feels like almost like it's trying to be like one of those Battle Royale games from, you know, the last couple of years. And there's an area that keeps shifting and getting smaller, and just manages to be so incredibly unfun with it.
Yeah, I don't think they should use a city level for the Royale idea, because I don't think it's particularly well suited for it, even if they did it well. I think like the first map would have been better.
Yeah, something less vertical than this map.
I'd have to agree, there's a lot that goes to waste in this level, and we're not going to see very much of it, despite the fact that this is a very large and heavily detailed level.
Yeah, or they could have just not done it and had it as a regular level rather than trying to be all gimmicky with it.
Would have much preferred that, yes. Also,
holy
Reaper
shit.
Special is the best fucking thing in the game.
Yeah.
I forgot how ridiculous it gets.
Yeah. So it's just like all the previous Mr. Grimm specials. It's a gigantic, no homing, just chunk of damage. But if you drag it across the highway, it catches fire and deals triple damage.
Lordy.
150, yeah. Question there, when you got magnetized by the car and rammed into the wall, did it do extra damage on you that you were magnetized? Or did it actually reduce the damage because momentum was lost?
I think it just did normal ram damage,
okay.
But then he did the special which deals its own damage. Plus he took me out of the cage, which reduced my grace period. That's going to deal damage to me in the long run.
Yeah.
But we are about to come across the part that makes this whole cage match awful. The ice rink.
Nothing like ice physics in a fucking driving game.
They did well in Twisted Metal 2, I think.
Yeah, Twisted Metal 1 also had an ice rink. This is actually based off of a level in Twisted Metal 1, and this is the ice rink from that level.
Oh.
Yeah.
Don't remember those games being quite as aggravating as this one, though.
Yeah, you lose 100% of your traction. You cannot choose which direction you're going while you're in the ice rink.
Yeah, because I remember working out quite early on you can strafe in this, which I don't remember being able to do in any of the previous games.
Twisted Metal 2, the only map I found really aggravating in 2 was the Netherlands. But that was because I like playing glass cannons, and yeah, I wasn't good enough to do that on the Netherlands reliably. It was pretty much the only map I died repeatedly on, as the glass cannons. Or as well as the rooftops when playing as Grasshopper, for obvious reasons.
Grasshopper is trash. That's the reason.
Extra trash when you're trying to do trick jumps on rooftops.
Yeah.
So rip dinosaurs.
Yep. That whole section, they just put a cage around that big building, but the other enemies didn't want to go in the building, so all I had to do was go fight the dinosaurs.
Which should be awesome, but
they're extinct again.
So much for the Ice Age. It's like the main problem with this stage as well is there's just not much to talk about. Like,
there would be. There's a huge level and it's full of details and cool stuff to see. You're not allowed to see it. You have to go to the goddamn cage.
Yeah, it's every 30 seconds. It's jump monkey.
Yep.
So yeah, like once you get to see it properly, there is a hell of a lot in here and some really nice details. As with all the stages, but like, damned if you're ever going to get to see them.
Yeah, I'd love to just be going around and exploring the areas and all the art assets they built and the Christmas theme that they worked in. But no, gotta go to the ice rink and spin around in circles, unable to control myself.
Dance for us, monkey.
The only reason I can see the reason for them doing that is that, holy crap, we made the map so big, there were no actual fights, or it took too long, and that this was their solution.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and in theory it would be a decent solution, but they really needed to tweak it a little bit and make it just work better.
Yeah, I mean, it would work if there was like a 32-player mode, or for like large-scale combat.
Yeah.
But I mean, even in single player, you're getting crowded by the enemy every chance they get, so I still don't see what the problem is.
Yep. I mean, part of the problem is that the cage moves, and when it moves, there's no, overlap period where the new cage is existent at the same time as the old cage.
Yeah, that's a big problem.
Yeah, you lose, 20 seconds every time the cage moves, just through no fault of your own. Just a required element of the level's design.
Which makes the slower vehicles horrible.
Yeah, again, like this game as a whole, it's really good ideas, just performed poorly.
This is the part where I fucked up really, really bad. Do not go into the subway, especially when you don't know how to get out, because my screen is half covered by the redness. I don't know where I'm going.
So that's actually quite realistic for New York, from what I've heard.
Yeah, I mean, I'm never rapidly having my health drained while I'm in the subways of New York, but other than that, yeah, it's pretty realistic.
Lick the arm handles in the cars.
Not taking any advice from you.
So clearly some conversation's been happening when I've not been around, and I'm okay with that.
I've never been to New York, but I'm basing this entirely on the Simpsons episode where Bart tries to make money by licking the post, and oh man, I'm way over my head here.
Yes. Also, go from one of the World Trade Center towers to the other. That's a fun time in New York City, according to the Simpsons.
Yeah, but they put all the jerks in Tower 2.
That's for damn sure. Oh god, we just out-edged Twisted Metal 2012. Good work, guys.
Also, you killed Junkyard Dog completely by accident.
Yeah.
Yep.
Getting bounced into
You should not get the kill there, to be quite honest.
There they did the annoying thing that the AI constantly does. I was barreling towards a health pickup that I desperately needed, and they froze me a millimeter away from it. Usually when that happens, someone also swoops by and takes the health pickup before I can. Plus, I was about to kill Junkyard Dog. Eventually, someone pinballed me into him, thankfully.
It's like half the kills on this stage seem to be completely by accident, and I don't know. I can support that because it's funny.
Yeah, it's gonna get funnier in a second. Towards the end of this video, something really funny happens. But until then, we got a lot of time to waste.
But you could see there one of the main issues they have with the design, the graphic design of the game, where every single shot from that machine gun made sparks so big so they covered the entire screen. Mm-hmm. There's no way to get the real sense of
not being able to see what's going on is a big problem.
That's not good. That's just, they should have noticed that, because I think everyone who played the game noticed that.
Oh yeah, like I can't see when the cage, when I'm out of the cage, I have no idea what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't look so bad in the video, but when I'm actually playing, I have no idea what's going on. Oh, that's not the side with the wheels, outlaw.
You got served.
But this level, I got stuck on it for literal months. I couldn't beat it. But nowadays, I can beat it pretty consistently. It's just really annoying.
Yeah.
I do not like the gimmick at all.
Like I said, it's a huge stage. There's like an entire underground map which you should be able to explore, but there's nothing. It's they steer you off to the most boring sections of the map as well.
And they loop you back to the same area a couple times.
It's like the fact that half the cages seem to be wrapped around buildings does you no favors.
Yeah. But we're done now.
Oh, thank God.
Now it's time for Sweet Tooth's story to get really disgusting and horrible in what might be the worst cutscene in the entire series.
Like how the guy just sort of shoved right back into place there.
I must say that I'm really glad we don't ever have to play through that entire map again. None of us.
There was a time right after she escaped.
And yeah, getting through that extremely difficult level rewards us with this gross shit.
I've never seen a Saw movie. I'm quite content with that.
See, I genuinely enjoy the Saw movies. This is more like Hostel.
Yeah.
Or like one of the Hostel sequels, where it's just gratuitous for its own sake.
Mm-hmm.
But even that gratuitous for its own sake can be good. I mean, From Dusk Till Dawn is an entertaining movie, and that's just all gratuitous.
Well, that's where you...
Yeah, like...
That's part of the problem, is that it's... Like, there's gratuitous, and there's gratuitous done well.
Yeah.
You know? And the Hostel sequels and everything that came out after the torture porn craze, you know, that was like...
Which is a sentence humanity should not have.
Yeah. It's like, how many organs can we throw at the camera before people start complaining?
Yeah. Hey, look, an actual CGI model, not an actual actor, trying to climb back into a window.
Or how do you know?
Oh, that could have been real. Those might be dead cops. Who knows? I do like the look of the game. I hate the writing, but obviously the cutscenes are visually interesting.
Yeah.
Like they kind of took the FMV endings that they wanted to put in the first game, mixed them with the motion comic endings that they put in the second game.
How I hated that name.
I would love if he entered the door and then Kane from Command & Conquer came out.
Well, this dude is bald. I was just wondering why they have the nameplate like 3/4 of the way down. Like, why does that make sense?
It doesn't.
So the kids can replace them?
Yeah.
I don't think it's a good idea.
So here's where we get to the twist of Sweet Tooth's story, which if you watch the first cutscene at all, it's not a twist. They pretty much spelled it out.
Wait, it was supposed to be a twist?
Yeah, they play this like a twist. I don't get it.
Okay, yeah, no.
But what is kind of interesting is watch Sweet Tooth's mask during these flashbacks compared to the future. Like right here, his mask covers his right eye.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when he gets stabbed in the eye, it shows it going into his right eye through his mask.
What if that's a continuity error, or... Because I don't see them having, like, multiple masks with different eye sockets covered.
So here's the thing. Watch this very closely. They show shards of the mask spraying off from the stab wound. So they intended it to be stabbed through the mask into his covered eye. And then for the rest of the game, the mask covers his left eye now, and his right eye, which was gouged out, is the one that he's seeing through while he's driving.
That's needlessly complicated.
Yes, it is. That is the name of this game in a nutshell. Needlessly complicated.
Also, you know it's an American game when this entire cutscene takes place, but they still censor the curse word.
Hide from death.
That is a reference to Twisted Metal Black, actually.
Okay. Then it can be excused.
Yeah, exactly. But also, he says, I'll fucking find them later in the cutscene, uncensored, so
Okay.
it's very pointless.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's really gross, unpleasant cutscene. I really did not enjoy it, but what are you going to do? It's Twisted Metal.
Yeah.
I guess we'll talk more about that a little later.
And this one was not censored in Europe like Black was.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I've seen all these cutscenes. Trust me. Yeah, I didn't pirate the game or anything. Not worth it on consoles.
Yeah, definitely not worth it.
Yeah, I didn't really get to play Twisted Metal Black properly until I was able to emulate it.
I've never played it with cutscenes. I've only seen Let's Plays of it and of it with cutscenes. I've played it many times without the cutscenes, obviously, but never with.
It does add to the game, because the game itself is still fun, but, you know, it's one of those things you don't realise exactly how much it adds until you actually, you know, get to play it with.
Actually, you do miss it when you play it. I mean,
Yeah, I think it's good for the tone overall.
especially with the kick in the groin, with the ending credit with the painted black, and then cuts from all the cutscenes, clips from all the cutscenes.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So yeah, here's all the things you saw in the game, right? Right?
Remember this guy? What do you mean, no?
Every few minutes, he'll drop.
I like the guy at the bottom left who's pulling up behind Juggernaut and waiting for him to move in traffic during this cutscene.
He's writing down the call and tell me how I'm driving a number.
Shoot his inside while his doors are open. More damage that
He's just gonna keep waiting.
Just some guy and his wife going, honk harder, Murray.
take him down.
I'm trying, Matilda, but it just ain't working. And then they died.
Yep, tragic. That's the real tragedy of this game.
Or if it was Russia with the dash cam, they would all survive somehow, because...
Because Russians are invincible.
Yeah.
Okay, time to deal with the Juggernaut gimmick. He doesn't show up on the map, but you can see his name just out on the level, and he's got a timer above it, so there he is. You want to head right for him, and one-hit kill him with Reaper's chainsaw.
What?
This game.
This vehicle is way too overpowered, and I'm putting it away. I'm not allowed to use it anymore. It's too good.
I feel someone should have done some testing.
No fucking kidding.
Jesus.
Especially since there was no collision ram damage.
Yeah. So, we're not going to see the gimmick at this level. We will see it later on. But that was pretty awesome.
It is nice when, you know, you can go in a game and just go, you know what, fuck your gimmicks.
Yep. But 150 damage on that chainsaw, what are they thinking?
Like, no one cared.
You did way more than 150 there.
Yeah, it dealt double damage because I hit Juggernaut's weak point.
It's like, I was thinking the other day about the first time I ever played any of the Yakuza games. Completely fell in love with the Yakuza 2 when I realised that there was a dude that was powering up in the middle of a boss fight and I could just drop kick him. Just like, you know, fuck your fancy gimmicks. Boot to the face. Oh, hey, you're not powering up anymore. Let's introduce your teeth to the concrete. So it's just really satisfying when you get to do that.
So let's go back to talk about that cutscene a little more, because I think it's, one of the problems with this game. Like, the gameplay is technically salvageable. The cutscenes I don't think are salvageable at all.
No.
Definitely not Sweet Tooth's.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, we only speak of the cutscenes that are shown so far, I figure.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's gratuitous, but to a point where it's like eye-rolling. You know? Like, as I said, like, I enjoy watching, gore-infest horror movies, but a lot of the ones...
Likewise.
But a lot of the ones which I watch tend to, have something more to them. Like, Saw, yeah, okay, that is just pure, enjoyment factor, because they are so over the top. And because they try and cram in a coherent story, and it's like, so how are they going to do it this time? Which is half the fun, But
I did like that guy low riding there.
but you get to some of the wannabes, and it's like, no, there's nothing to it other than let's see how many organs we can throw at the screen. As I said, how gory and disgusting can we make it? So there's nothing to it beyond sheer bile fascination.
Yeah, so David Jaffe said that the reason he made Twisted Metal Black so, edgy and over the top and grim was because Twisted Metal was always meant to be shocking, and Twisted Metal 1 was shocking when it came out. But what made it shocking was no longer shocking in 2001 when Black came out. So he cranked up the edge factor. So his excuse for this game would probably be that it's 2012 now. It's 11 years later, so he cranked it up again and again and again. So he's now at the optimum level, right? He's blaming us for the game being so edgy. Because we're so desensitized.
Yeah, that actually reminds me of one of the reasons that this game is so extremely disgusting. Since a large part of it's, hey, let's jerk off on how edgy and psychopathic Sweet Tooth is. And then he has said that, it's a part of his own personality, Sweet Tooth.
Yep, absolutely. I was going to bring that up.
Yeah, that's probably my main issue, actually. Because he thinks that this makes him cool or something.
Yeah, like Rob Zombie, when he was making the Halloween remakes, he said, he said he made them really, really gross and upsetting because it's a story about a murderer. You're not supposed to enjoy it. You're supposed to, have a bad time. And if you're there to watch a murderer, you should feel bad. It's your own fault that you're doing this to yourself. And also, he was clearly masturbating over the amount of gore that he put into that movie.
See, the problem I had with it was just that it over-explained everything. Like, you don't need to know what bands Michael Myers listened to as a kid.
Yeah, I mean, that's for sure.
He works better, for a long time, he was known just as The Shape. Like, you knew nothing about him other than he was a troubled kid who killed his babysitter on Halloween. That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
Giving him, a 45-minute backstory is pointless, and it's just one of the many things I hate about those two movies. They're just really, really bad.
Yeah, and the reason they over-explained it was because Michael Myers is the hero of that movie.
Yeah.
He's not the villain. He's the one you're supposed to like watching, even though Rob Zombie's whole thing is you're bad for liking to watch this.
Yeah.
Because he's a hypocrite.
Like, having a serial killer as a protagonist, totally fine with. Interesting point of view. Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, fantastic movie if you haven't seen it. Has two serial killers as the protagonists.
Based off real serial killers.
Yeah, or Dexter, the first couple of seasons.
Yeah. And there's a world of difference between having a serial killer as a protagonist and having them as a hero.
Mm-hmm.
And
which is also what this game does.
Yeah. And as much as I love Rob Zombie's music, absolutely phenomenal musician, guy cannot make a movie to save his life.
Yeah. So I think with this game that David Jaffe, when he was writing it, He absolutely thought that Sweet Tooth murdering his family was a bad thing and wanted it to be portrayed in a negative light. But he also made it exploitative and fetishistic. And he also, furthermore, definitely thought that the hospital rampage where he kills everybody, all those innocent people, that was awesome, and he wanted you to enjoy that.
Yeah, you do kind of get the impression that when he was writing there or directing, he was like, man, this is fucking awesome.
100%, yeah. When he was like making the actual cutscenes.
This is just so cool.
That part is supposed to be great.
And if anyone was doubting it, the final thing where he kills that nurse or whatever he is with the sign.
That is just dumb.
Those are often made out of cardboard.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could get away with that, something like that in a movie like Hobo with a Shotgun.
Yeah, or Dead Snow.
Which is deliberately meant to be it's meant to be dumb as hell and over the top and silly. But they're still kind of playing this like it has a modicum of believability.
Yep.
So they're really trying to have their cake and eat it.
Yeah, and the main thing is that it's just completely humorless. Like, this is just violence. That's all they present to you. They don't present any point to it. There's no, like... I mean, there is a twist, but it's bad.
It's fucking dumb. And if you didn't see it coming, then clearly you haven't been paying attention, which, to be fair, can't blame you.
So that is why the cutscenes in this game are bad, even though they are very similar to the cutscenes in Twisted Metal Black, which are very good.
Yeah, I think it's because Black, it walked a fine line between edgy and good, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, edgy can be enjoyable when done right. This isn't it. It's, as you say, it's just some guy's jerk-off fantasy.
Yep.
Like, put it bluntly, David Jaffe was writing this, and he was just like, yeah, this is awesome, this is going to be so cool.
He was writing it with one hand.
Yes. And that's disappointing.
But we survived the worst of it. I mean, it doesn't get much better, but it does get better.
Yeah. I mean, the final character storyline is probably the best of the three for my money. Just because it's the most interesting one.
And it's the most unique, but no spoilers just yet.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
And we are just about done with this level, because I broke the gimmick. The first time I played this level, I did something fairly similar. It took more than one chainsaw to take out Juggernaut, but I killed it very quickly nonetheless, and then I finished up the rest of the enemies in about 5 minutes, because I stuck with Reaper, and I got a gold medal.
Weapon awarded.
So that's why you don't use the various vehicles that they give you in this game. You just use Reaper or Sweet Tooth, and you stomp everybody and get gold medals.
Yeah, it's really sad that there's only really like 3, maybe 4 viable vehicles in the whole game.
Yep. Another example of the lackluster design.
Yeah.
And once we get to the level select screen, we'll see the next example. The Twisted Race is up next.
Oh boy.
Yeah, this is when I stopped playing for a while.
So next time we'll be wrapping up Sweet Tooth's story when we see the first race and the first boss fight.
On the plus side, at least they front load all this crap.
No kidding.
Yeah.